when the look just comes together, you're like, I look like a cake, I look sweet, and I look edible. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Suti here, Suti Wuku, my YouTuber based in the UK that does beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. So in today's video is going to be a full makeup glam. I know, as you can see, it looks very edible, it looks very takeaway. I focused more on what's it called, the technique now. I didn't want to like focus on the product because I was like, you need to have a good technique, you need to have a good base before you can talk about maybe the products that you're buying, going for high-end products, if I may say. But with good technique you can achieve this. And at the end, I kind of forgot to apply some products, which I did, and you will see that in the video. But either way, it came out nicely, as you can see anyways. So without plenty chit chat, let's get straight into the video. So since it's going to be a full glam look, I'm going to focus more on the technique than products. But the products that I'll be using, I'll list them down in the description box. So first product is going to be an oil blocker, and then the second product is going to be, well, my primer, which is going to be a mattifying primer. So I'm applying the oil blocker basically on places that I know that I'm going to be oily. And I'm using two primers, by the way, a mattifying primer for the places that I get oily, and then a hydrating primer for the places that I am a bit dry. And after applying each product, we allow it to dry down. Allow the product to actually dry down before applying the next product. I'm going to use the tail part of my foundation brush to apply the foundation on my face, or just to spread it on my face like this. And I'm starting from my jaw area. This will help give me a better and a seamless coverage. And I don't need to go overboard with the foundation. Notice I'm not going around my eyes, I'm just going closer, areas that are a bit close to my eyes. Don't worry about the color of the foundation, it tends to oxidize and then it will just match or blend together. After each step, or after some steps, I will be going in with a setting or a hydrating mist to just blend or melt everything together into my skin. Allow that to sit a bit, and then I can go in with either a brush or a beauty blender. I don't really talk much about spot concealing because my spots are not that obvious, and I believe that with my foundation it's more than enough to cover majority of the spots on my face. But if you want to use a spot concealer, if you want to spot conceal rather, make sure you're using a foundation that is closest to your skin tone. When I mean close, I mean it's your exact match. That is the best way to spot conceal. Or you can use maybe an orange or a reddish color of concealer to spot conceal for dark skin girls. The contouring next, I'm applying it on the cheekbone itself. That's why I'm applying it, because I know that it will eventually move when I try to blend everything all together. And if you watch very well, I didn't apply the product directly to my face. Apply them on a pan or the back of your hand, and then you go in and then you apply. It doesn't matter if you go a bit overboard, just remember that you're going to actually conceal. I'm going to apply powders as well. So It depends on what you're comfortable with and how intense you want your contour to be. When you're contouring the bridge of your nose, do not drag it. You're actually supposed to be tapping it in. Don't drag, just tap in. Please don't look at how butchered my brush is here. Don't look at it, just avoid that. I know even good day. Don't mind as I'm going overboard though. By the time I blend everything out together, well, it's going to be seamless. You won't even notice that I used. Does it look much? I don't think it does. But you won't even know that I used this amount of blush anyways. So this is my concealer placement. I allowed it to sit for just a couple of seconds or a minute, and I'm going to start blending from my chin, my forehead, my under eyes will probably be the last. So yeah. For my nose, I'm going to be going back and forth with both the concealer and the contour because we need to make sure that the bridge is very well snatched. Still using tapping motions on every application. When you're blending your under eyes, be sure to look up, because when you look up, you're able to get into those creases there. And then you don't really need much concealer because the little amount that I have on, it's going a long way for me because I just need it to cover my under eyes, not to drench my under eyes. Just taking the excess on my eyelid. And if you notice quite well, the majority of my videos, I prefer to do my base first before I do my eyes, mostly because I believe or I feel that your base is the main takeaway, not your eyes. You can draw anything on your eyes and get away with it. But if your base is not basing, you just get the gist, right? Yeah. So yeah, that is concealer and every other liquid well blended out. The next step, like I said, I'm going to apply some setting mist to make everything become one. If you feel you lost your blush a bit or whatever you lost, you can just go back in with that before you apply your setting mist. So let's start setting everything. I'm going to use a pressed powder first for the places that I've concealed, and I'm going to be a bit generous with this technique. And for your under eyes, make sure you're looking up. You need to look up. What is that? You need to look up. Please look up whilst applying that. So let's just apply first here and then graduate to the under eye. still going in with tapping motions, as you can see. Now let's do the same thing we did here on this side and every other concealed place of the makeup. At this juncture, you can just go in with the powder on your eyebrows as well, because the next step is going to be eyebrows anyways, and we need them matte, not very greasy or oily or producty. Please don't mind that little pimple you're seeing here. I don't know what it's doing there. So once you're done applying your compact or your pressed powder, you can decide to go in with your setting or baking powder. At this point, you can decide to leave it on for minutes that you're comfortable with, or you can decide to just apply and swipe it right off. You can decide to use your brush, you can decide to use your triangular powder puff, whichever one that works for you, or whichever one that you've tried and you know your hand is quite experienced in using it. So I'm going to use the same triangular puff that I used to apply the pressed powder. Yeah, let's go. I'm not going to allow this to sit because I'm not doing the baking method. Remember, we applied them on the cheekbone. That is the same thing we are doing. Cheekbone. When the look just comes together, you're like, I look like a cake. I look sweet and I look edible. I have microblading on already, so we're just gonna, whistle through this part. Yeah. I don't even know if the print is gonna show, but I want it to show, so I have this dark brown pencil. So let's see how far. Normally, I just go in with, what's it called? Eyebrow mascara, but because I want to try something different, yeah, it's showing. I just want the line on the base because this has been a while. I haven't done this in a while, so it did show. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Mind you, it's still up to you. If you don't want to do this, do what suits you. If you do, you can. Starting at the ends of my brows. And going forward. And that's that for the brows. All done. One thing I should mention is if you don't want your brows looking too intense, you know that powder puff that you used, just use that. Don't add the jar that is on it, don't add, just use it and just tap those brows light-handedly, and that's your brows done. So it's a full glam. Now let's get into these eyes. We need them to what? Stand out. So remember that we applied concealer on this eye. Now we're just like applying setting powder there, such that it's gonna glide on well. Like basically all the products will glide on well. So let's go. We're gonna use a neutral color for the crease area and blend that in generously well. And another color that can fit in with that is your contour shade. So if you like, or if you want to, you can go in with your contour shade as your crease color, or use a warm tone brown shade just to define your crease area. So I'm going in with this purple shade. When doing your eye makeup, you can apply a translucent powder on your under eye if you know that your product is going to have flyaways, or you can dust off the excess before applying it on your eyelid, such that you don't get products everywhere on your face. And you can have your head tilted back, such that as you apply, it's falling directly on your eyes and you're patting it in. Make sense? Yeah. So my first layer for the outer corner is gonna be a deep brown, just to give it a transition for the black I would go in with. Applying that in circular motions. Going in with a black shade to intensify. My outer eye area. It's not easy talking because I need to focus. And going back in with my crease color. Now to make this look more elevated and more, there, I'm going to use a shimmer gold-like color just in the inner portions of my eye. Let's use a bit of that black shadow to smudge the lower parts of our eyes. Now we're going to repeat this on this eye. I forgot to apply finishing powder. Let's apply finishing powder. Please, once you're done with everything that you're doing, make sure to apply finishing powder. It just makes everything one. You're applying this finishing powder in places that you know that powder has not touched, and then if you want to, places that you feel that need finishing powder as well. Finishing powder basically is actually your own shade of color of powder. I forgot again, apply your setting spray or your fixing spray, whatever you want to call it. Share spray. Shake it very well first though. Then you can cover your eyes if you want to, but I'm covering my eyes right now. In the entire video, I'll be looking at 2 or 3 frames because it's camera, but this is you guys. But make sure you're applying your setting spray. I forgot to apply the powder, and then I forgot to apply setting spray. Don't mind me, plenty things on my head, in my head. And you allow it to dry. Please, I'll be back. Let's sort this out. Apply all your products, you know, one step at a time. Like I did forget to apply a setting spray or a finishing spray and a finishing powder. But anyways, besides that, this is what it looks like. That's a mouthful, but this is what it looks like. This is a full glam. This is what I would do for a makeup to like last all day and to really be like out there, you know, giving the entire vibe that I wanted to give, you know, everything. Or I might change the color, which depends on the attire that I would be wearing, but I chose this color because it's gonna give a pop, you know, to everything. And at the end, it all came out looking good. You can decide to tweak it a bit, do what is, you know, convenient or comfortable for you. Everybody's on, like, it differs. Yeah, so that's it done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section as well. Let me know what you guys think and what you would do differently. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.